We are Jonty and Millie, and along with our kids, we look for the amazing wonders of our world, living in Singapore and exploring beyond. Welcome to Wonderlust.
We have come out to Kranji Countryside. We took the MRT all the way to Kranji, and from there you can get a shuttle bus. That's $5 for the day. It takes you to Sungai Buloh. We've been there before. You can check out that vlog. Although we haven't been for a very long time actually, so I think there will be some changes there. And then we've ended up here at Kranji Marshes, which already looks pretty exciting, and it's pretty quiet. Although that banging you can hear, they're making brooms, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So we have an hour here until we need to get the bus. We need to make sure we get on that bus, otherwise
we miss all the other stops.
Yeah, we miss all the other stops basically. So we are going to head into the marshes.
I just found a salamander and it's right on the stairs. We just saw a salamander back there, and I know it's a salamander because it has its belly on the ground.
So in the bus on the way over here, I noticed how, first we saw a sign that said "Welcome to Kranji Countryside," and we were like, "Oh, countryside." We haven't really thought about that word for such a long time, having lived in the city and living in Singapore. You don't really get countryside out here, particularly in the way that you would in the UK. But it was so nice to just look around. Everything felt a bit rural, a bit ulu, if you like. The sky opened up. You couldn't see any buildings for a long time, and that's a very, very rare thing here in Singapore, and to not see high-rise buildings around. And so I know when we've been in other rainforest walks like Thompson Nature Park, Windsor Nature Park, McRitchie, all those different areas, you know that there's lots of civilization nearby, but here it really isn't. There are huts with tin roofs, there's farms out here, there's all sorts of stuff, all on this west side of Singapore, and we're really, really looking forward to just having the day out here, checking it all out and enjoying everything.
There are some really cool fruit trees around the place and some figs. This one, I'm not too sure what this one is, but just remembering to look up into the trees and just see what we can see, all these different fruits, flowers that we're not used to. Really lovely walk so far.
So nice just to be out in nature for a bit and just to take everything in. Just to the right of me there's a beautiful little stream that kind of flows alongside the pathway, and it's nice to kind of look in. I'm tempted to kind of cut off the path and into the woods a little bit, but I am slightly dubious. We just heard about a sighting of a venomous snake in Pasir Ris, which I know is like the opposite end of this island, but still, you got to be cautious of these things. We've got the kids with us. We haven't quite made it as far around as we wanted to. We understood that there's some sort of lookout tower that sounds and looks beautiful, but we haven't seen it yet, and our time is pressing. We might have to move back towards the bus soon. Kids have had a few moments where they've just struggled to get on. It's part of life, to be honest, but we've just had to pause a couple of times for that. But we're going to continue this way probably for another 4 or 5 minutes. We're hoping that we will be able to find this lookout tower before we have to hot foot it back to the bus to get to the next location, but it's still worth it. It's just a really, really beautiful place to come. There's no one around either, it's just us, and that feels pretty special. I suddenly heard like a rustling in the trees. I thought it was like people or something. I looked around, and this bright green lizard ran across the road, and I managed to catch some footage of it. Never seen that lizard before in Singapore. It was absolutely beautiful, but it is really important just to keep looking out and looking around. Milo's brilliant at that, so I'm hoping that he'll catch some gems today as well. The lookout tower just appeared out of absolutely nowhere, and it was really, really close. I guess that just goes to show how dense the jungle is here, but we're really, really pleased that it's here. We haven't got long to explore it before we head back for the next bus. We don't want to miss one of the very exciting things that we're going to show you later in this video, and that was our only other option, was to sacrifice that. So let's quickly head up there and see what the marshes look like from that view. beautiful view. It was great to be able to take, I think, about 75 steps to get up to the top, but it's stunning. I do maybe wish I had a little bit more time, maybe, just to be able to be here and check everything out, but you can see birds quite close, and also in the distance it's kind of handy. I've got a big zoom lens on my camera today, so we're catching some glimpses of nice bits of wildlife, but it is vast out here and there's just so much sky. You can look for miles in both directions, which is just, it's just brilliant. I'm really, really enjoying this.
There's a sign back there that says look out for crocodiles, and with my not so great eyesight, I thought I saw what looked like a crocodile kind of on one of the landing pads, and then as I got closer I realised it's a log of wood that's been cut to look like a crocodile. So that kind of freaked me out for a moment and I had to go and check. So I'm glad it turned out not to be a crocodile or an alligator, but we are now going to hot foot it back. I think if you did kind of just get a move on and get walking here, you could do it in the time it takes. Like the bus is here for about an hour, I think, so I've sent the kids up ahead. They've got quite far actually, so we're now going to have to catch them up. Whew. It is a warm day, but enjoying being here and just having a quick pop out here.
I recently read about butterflies and how, you know, if you touch a butterfly or a moth, you kind of get that dust on your hands, but actually it's tiny, tiny, tiny little scales, like fish scales, that help them to be waterproof, and it helps them in flight, which is pretty cool. I just thought of it when I was zooming in on some of those butterflies. They're absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it was good. Thought I'd share that with you.
I'm looking at every single leaf, I can't find it.
Oh! There it is. This is like the Singapore I remember from when I was a kid. Like, I can smell rainforest. I don't really know how to describe it. It's slightly musty. It's probably a bit like rotting leaves, trees, that sort of smell. And it's really, really warm today. If I stand in the heat too long, you can feel it. And I love it. I'm having such a good day, especially now that the kids are getting on a bit better. New stickers. While we're just waiting here for the bus now, Kranji. The name Kranji comes from a local tamarind tree called the Kranji tree, or Kranji tree. So Kranji, that's where the name comes from. I don't know what the tree looks like. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research and see if I can find any around here, and then we can show you. I think it's a velvet tamarind, so it like feels like velvet, which is pretty cool. We're back on the bus and we didn't realise quite how warm we were feeling outside until we got in here with the aircon. But we're off to the next stop. I'm not sure what the next stop is, but I do know that we're going to be having lunch there, which is good because we're all starting to get a bit hungry now. And that was rapid. The journey was literally like 3 minutes. I managed to get in, change my lens, and then that was pretty much it. We're here. My initial reaction here is that it's really cool. All the signs are made like out of wood and have been painted on, which is great, and all I can see around is loads of plant pots and yeah, and a bistro here, so I think this might be where Millie's planning on us eating, so she's just changing some batteries and getting set, and we're going to show you more of what's here. I'm not sure if I mentioned it when we arrived, but this place is called Bollywood Veggies, and there's this whole plantation here of edible foods, edible trees, edible plants, which is really, really cool. So I'm in a herb garden, but what I've just found that I wanted to show you is a Kranji tree. I was just talking about it. There's one here. I can't see, oh, it's a bit bare. It's like got no leaves on it, but I was hoping to be able to show you the velvetness of it, but that's okay. Maybe there's another one in here somewhere. Oh, getting hungry. The Luxor leaves smell amazing.
The bombshells are the 4th hottest chili in the world.
Which ones are they?
The purple ones over here.
This place is awesome. It's really chilled here. You've got kids playing basketball next door, people eating, walking around. It's really busy, which is fantastic. And you can walk in and out all of the plants here, all of the vegetables and like fruits. You can touch them, you can look at them. They've got like the different herbs, you can smell them. Really, really great. And then the things that are grown here, we're going to be eating in the kitchen a little bit later, which is awesome. So yeah, we're going to keep walking around and see what else there is here.
I'm so happy to see an irrigation pond here. It just brings me to, or transports me a little bit over to Thailand, where I was earlier this year. Over there you can see that this is obviously all the water that's collected from the rain, and there's a pump over there which takes the water out of this irrigation pond and pumps the water all over the farm. And I'm just so impressed. I can't believe this exists over here, and I really hope that you watching this video love it. Oh, by the way, please could you subscribe, like, comment, all those things. We love it when you do that. But over here, yeah, I just love that this place exists, and we definitely need to be here more often, and I definitely need to try and bring friends here. But please, if you get the chance, come out and check it out for yourself, because it really is a wonder of Singapore. Here's the motor system behind me. It's a little bit more advanced than the one that I saw in Ayutthaya in Thailand, but it's essentially exactly the same. The motor here pumps the water out of the pond, and it will send it in a different. Here, I think it's an underground system to all the different areas here to be able to maybe use as a hose and to be able to water all the different plants here. So it's pretty cool.
We were walking around in the opposite direction, but we've just seen some signs that say long tour and short tour, so we're going to do the long tour and make sure that we see everything that we can. Ooh, it's super sticky.
What is it?
It's a chocolate nib under a cocoa tree, which is pretty awesome. It's a chocolate, anything you see in there, Milo? And then these, and then the chocolate is made sweet, so it's like the dark chocolate.
It's roasted first, isn't it?
Yeah, roasted. Yeah, there's lots on the floor. The ants are enjoying all of these sticky cocoa nibs.
What a magical little place. Millie was just saying someone bought all of this land and have just turned it into this incredible farm. But we were walking past all sorts of stuff. Coffee plants, longan, figs, mango, jackfruit. It's just incredible all round, and what's lovely is that there are these little signs that are directing us to walk in the right direction, because it is vast. You could get lost here quite easily, and actually I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. It's amazing. I know that we've talked about coming out here a lot over the last 3 years, and we've never made it. I kind of wish that I had made it out sooner, but it's okay. We've got plenty of time, and I think you should come out too. What an amazing place. So there's this brilliant little lookout point here, which is basically an old tree stump which has got some concrete put on top just to make it really, really nice and strong for anyone who wants to come and stand on it. I'm on it right now. My head is probably about 5 meters up into the sky, and what's lovely about it, and I know I said it last week at the Sky Garden in the city, but a little bit of elevation gives you a wonderful fresh perspective, and just to be able to be about the same height as some of the treetops here gives you a really lovely perspective, and the vastness of this beautiful farm. What a wonderful place. I know that in a little while we're going to go and eat some food which has all been cooked with the ingredients that have been grown here. I'm very excited to do that.
The kids have found loads of these saga seeds, and whenever we go for walks at M parks or anything, we look for these, and we've got a big bowl of them at home that we keep adding to, and we've found quite a lot here.
I've counted more than 195 that we found last time. I mean, estimated. These little swirly things here are the things that saga seeds come out from. There used to be some inside here, but now they're all on the floor, which we're picking them from.
We just spotted two enormous eagles in the sky. We see them every now and again around Singapore. Sometimes here in this sort of area, Sungai Buloh, you can always see big eagles in the sky, but also just in the Marina Bay area there's often an eagle or two flying around there. I don't know why we don't make more of it. I think sometimes we take it for granted in Singapore that we see the eagles and we're like, oh, just eagles, you know. But actually they are absolutely stunning, and just watching them glide around up there is pretty cool. I wonder if this gives us a little bit of insight into what kampong life could have been like here in Singapore only like 60 years ago, 50 years ago for some, because I realise everything's very fertile here. The rain comes regularly, the soil's obviously good. I mean, look at all this vegetation around us, and just here in itself the amount of variety that has been able to be cultivated is really quite special. And I don't know, I'm just in this bit here that kind of feels a bit like someone's old garden, and I do feel like, going wild would be pretty cool. Having a few, maybe not as life, but maybe a few months to live out in this sort of environment and grow your own food and see what it is like to be able to cultivate, to be able to cultivate and to be able to farm. I'm sure it's not without its challenges, but it would be pretty fun to try out, hey? We're about to go into the sanctuary area, and we may not be able to film in there, and I might leave my t-shirt here.
Do you need to be naked when you come in there?
Say that again?
Do you need to be naked when you go in there?
You don't have to, but somebody might be.
There's a cotton tree in front of me. Over there in that area, and I saw something falling from the air, and it turned out that it was cotton from the tree.
Aspen and I bought these fans for about $10, and they're one of the best things that I've bought, aside from my auntie trolley that Jonty hates.
We've reached the end of the property over here, which is pretty cool. There's a massive lake here with loads of lotus leaves on it, and a huge tree that has fallen over and kind of fallen into the lake. I would really love to be able to walk across the branches of the tree over the lake, but I don't think it's allowed, and so we're just going to enjoy looking at it and head over for some lunch soon. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, and I'm looking forward to trying out some of the produce here from the farm.
We have stopped off at the Poison Ivy Cafe that's here. They do drinks, light bites, daily specials, and food taken from all of the places that we've just seen is used in the kitchen, which is great. I'm really excited about eating here. So we're going to place our order. We've got time to chill before the bus comes to pick us up to our next spot. The kids are over there playing basketball. Yeah, after a nice morning, it's just nice to just chill and get some food. This is the daily tempura. Does kind of look like some trees have been picked and then fried. The batter's nice and light, and there's like, like another, you get like quite a herby flavour afterwards. I couldn't tell you what it was though, but it's nice.
Wow, this looks great. So we've got the farm harvested wok fried veggies. Fresh, crunchy, love it. This one looks like meat, but it's actually jackfruit. So I'm just gonna, it comes out in chunks, it almost looks like chicken breast. And then the fibriness of it looks a bit like the meat as well. Oh, that's nice. The texture is like not quite meat, not quite veggie, it's somewhere in between. It's got a little bit more bite to it than meat, but it's absolutely delicious. I really enjoyed that. Funnily enough, we just saw my cousin Jeremy's wife, Shuman, and their son Shane here just now. We've got sayur lodeh here, which I made with Jeremy in one of our episodes of The Local Immigrant. and this one looks delicious. Oh, that's good. I could eat that on its own. I'm a massive meat fan, but if it's that good, oh, I love it.
This is the nasi lemak for 2 people. It is huge. He did say they gave us extra chicken wings as well. Not sure why, but always happy about that. It's got cucumber, we've got sambal chili, which will be made from chilies here. We've got the blue pea rice, and we saw all of this over there. There's chickens here, so the eggs come from the chickens that are here. We did get no peanuts, if you're wondering where they are, because Aspen can't eat them. But I am so excited to dig into this. It looks incredible, and the smell is just so good. So we literally just finished eating. Food was amazing. The sayur lodeh was the favourite thing for us. If you come here, you should definitely try that. So yeah, the bus suddenly came, so we quickly hopped back on it. We're now heading to the next destination. Yeah, it's been a jam-packed day, but it kind of reminds me of when you go on holiday and you do like boat tours. You just kind of get off and spend a bit of time somewhere, and then you soak up all the time there, and then you quickly have to race back to the boat. Well, that's what it seems to happen whenever we do those tours. So now we're back on the coach, and we're heading to the next place. Short drive down the road, we are at the Hay Farm Goat Dairy.
No, Goat Dairy, is
Goat
it?
Dairy? Hay Dairy. We've just arrived at the Hay Dairy's goat farm. Yeah, I don't know much more about it than that, apart from there are goats. I just saw a sign that says that the goat farm is actually moving locations. It's moving closer to Sungai Buloh, so still in this area. So if you were going to come and have a day out like we've done with the shuttle bus, you'll still be able to get there, which is great news. So yeah, just taking everything in. This farm looks very much like the farms we would see in the UK. Nothing different to what we're used to, but here in Singapore, it does feel quite different. I wonder how the goats feel about the heat here. Yeah, I don't know. We can ask some.
Hey! Get it?
I've just remembered that I didn't take any antihistamine today. I'd planned on doing it. Because I have hay fever, which I think I forgot about because I don't tend to have it in Singapore. We had it a lot in the UK, definitely seasonally. But the kids have both got a massive bag of hay that they're going to use to feed the, I nearly said dinosaurs. I mean goats. There's no dinosaurs here. At least they don't advertise them. The kids are going to feed some goats with hay, and hopefully I don't get it all up my nose. Already sneezing, it's awful.
So if you get here earlier in the morning, you can come and see all of the goats being milked. There is a little shop here that you can buy fresh goat's milk. So I don't actually like milk, but if you're at a goat farm, I guess you've got to try some.
Kranji, darling.
Oh, hi. There you go.
Milo and Aspen were a little hesitant to feed the goats at first, but after seeing how friendly and gentle they were, they soon got involved with feeding as many as they could.
We are now in the second of the barns where the goats are for us to feed them. These ones smell a little bit like goat's cheese, to be honest, which is weird because I know it's a dairy farm, so I guess they're supposed to. Hey! Yeah, it was just a funny observation that the other one didn't have that sort of dairy smell, whereas this one does. I don't know what that means. It's nice. The kids are having a great time feeding the animals. Aspen's really sweet. She's kind of like looking at them and deciding whether they look like they want food before she hands it to them. But no, it's we're having a really, really good time here.
They're babies.
What else?
I don't know, they're cute.
A little bit. No.
You're the nicest goat I've ever met. Like, look, he's growing his horn there.
I picked up some goat's milk, and when I went, she was like, "What kind do you want?" I was like, "Well, goat milk." And she was like, "No, do you want original milk flavour or chocolate. So I got one of each. So yeah, like I said, I don't actually like milk in general, but we're gonna give this a go because we are here. So, and these goats made it. Right.
What do you think? You like the smell? It smells creamy, doesn't it? Shall I try some? Ooh, it tastes different. It doesn't taste like normal milk. Would you like to try it? Okay, let Milo have a sniff and a drink as well. What do you think?
Different.
It's slightly more powdery, isn't it?
I don't like
It sits in your mouth a bit longer. No?
I don't know if it's just because of the goats, but it does smell a bit goaty. But then, yeah. I'm not a fan. Okay, this one smells nicer. This smells like chocolate.
Look underneath it. There's chocolate underneath.
It's like chocolatey with a hint of goat.
For me, I know I'm kind of like toxically positive most of the time anyway. But I just love the fact that it's from the goats here, who we've been feeding, and that we've been having a great time like exploring this farm and having a great day. And to know that they've produced this, it could taste like not very nice, and I'd probably enjoy the experience. Yeah, it's nice. It's quite mild. It's quite a muted, not a heavy chocolatey milk vibe, but it's good.
I love that. Oh, I love both. I like both.
Why are you putting the lids on? Are we not allowed?
There's a little shop here that sells some like veggies, goat's milk popsicles, snacks, drinks as well. It's all covered, and there's fans. So when you're waiting for the bus to come and pick you up, you can have a look here, grab something to eat after you fed the goats. So we were just given this little Adventure at Hay Diaries book. They do school trips here, I think, so this would be a cool. It's got like little stickers in it, and you can also buy goat's milk soap. So yeah, I'll look forward to trying that. I don't have to eat it, thankfully, but yeah. Oh, it smells good.
We've just had an awesome day around these farms at Kranji. What do they call it? Kranji?
The whole area is Kranji Countryside, so
there
we've
you go.
been around the countryside today.
It definitely felt like it. I know I said that earlier. One of the things I loved is that this is so Singapore, yet such a different sort of Singapore to what everybody else expects and what everyone imagines when you talk about, classic Singapore. I'm amazed actually that there are not more tourists on this trip. This really is the sort of tourist trip that I think loads of backpackers would just love.
Yeah, it's like the only goat farm in Singapore, and then you've got like Bollywood veggies, which is just so completely different. And like I think you said, like the kampong kind of maybe how things were before, but yeah, we've had a great time touring the countryside today.
Been brilliant. This is definitely something that we're going to put on our new website.
Yeah.
The wonderlustway.com looks very different to how you'd have last looked at it. We just launched it, and we're going to be putting some vouchers on their voucher codes, as well as more details on days like today, so that you can enjoy them in the way that we've enjoyed them too.
Yeah, so we are going to get back on the bus, and we are going to head home now after being in the countryside all day. So thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.
Thumbs up, comment, subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming up. There's loads of new things happening in Singapore soon, so make sure you subscribe to find out where they are. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.